Welcome back to Backyard Jam. We are once again joining Series Red for the second episode of the spring season. Last round saw these 12 trucks battle it out for the overall event win. And that overall event win went to Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. We will see if they can retain the title. I know Bryce Kenny is excited for this event, going into it with a win under his belt. It was a wreckfest at the end of the last episode, which we thoroughly enjoyed. We'll see if there's more of that to come in today's episode. But Bryce on top for event number 2. Can he hold on to the title? Everybody else here wants a pop at him, and we'll see if they get that chance. The bracket then. Last round we saw Gravedigger, Shaker, Zombie and Mohawk Warrior all take top spots. The others all remixed, ready to go into the bracket round 2. We'll see if either El Toro or Monster Mutt can have a go at taking down Bryce, but up first we have a matchup between Bakugan Dragonoid Camden Murphy and John Gordon in Bad Company. These two are level peggings in the overall standings after event 1. One of these is going to move above the other after this race, which is exciting to know. Bad Company is in the far lane, Bakugan Dragonoid in the near. Let's go green for our first race tonight. A quick start there for Bakugan Dragonoid, comes down the ramp first but rolls it. Bad Company looked like they were coming up from the outside. There you can see a big jump sends John Gordon through to round 2. Bakugan Dragonoid on their lid and out of the racing bracket for today. That is a surprise. Camden Murphy, a racing driver in his own right. This is going to upset him greatly, I think. But not upsetting John Gordon. He goes through to round 2 there to face Gravedigger Adam Anderson. Looking forward to that matchup later on. Up next, however, we have Soldier Fortune Black Ops Tony Oaks there, taking on Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. Interestingly, these two both took an early exit in round 1. They're both wanting to get some more points on the board. We'll see if either of them can do it. Well, somebody's got to here. It's either going to be Soldier Fortune Black Ops or Whiplash. Whiplash in the far lane, Soldier Fortune in the near. Let's get it done. Nice and even out of the gates. It's Tony Oaks in Black Ops taking the early advantage, and I think he took the win there with a forward roll as well. Potentially some damage to the top of his truck there as he goes flying over the last crush car. Does a forward roll, but back on his wheels, as you can see here. Does take the win over Whiplash. He's going to go on to the next round of racing. Brianna's really struggled with this track. Hopefully when Stadium Series Red moves on, she can also move on and find out what is going on with her truck and why. She's not quite going quite as fast as the others, but that's all for next time on Stadium Series Red. Up next, we have Max D, Tom Mentz the Professor going up against Matt Pagliarillo in Jester. Both of these trucks took first round buys last time. Both went out at that stage, so they're both wanting to get another win on the board. It's not quite the start they wanted, and I can see why. But for one of these two, their season is about to get a lot better. It's Jester fastest out the gates. He's coming down the track nice and quick. A rollover there from Max D. Once again, this near lane providing a lot of acrobatics for the trucks. Not a great sign for this side of the track tonight. And people back in the pits are going to be watching this, making sure they get that far lane. I'm pretty sure fastest times are going to want it. Jester is going to move through. Max D goes out. Jester will have a rematch in round 2 against Zombie. They fought off last time at this stage. It was Zombie who went through. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. But first, we have a matchup between El Toro Loco and Monster Mutt. Two more trucks that fell in round 1 last time. One of these two is going to improve their score and get some more points on the board. It's going to be Monster Mutt in the near lane, El Toro in the far. And you've got to think, after the last 2 rounds, El Toro must have the advantage here. We shall see. El Toro caught napping out of the gates. It's going to be a Monster Mutt win here. Though El Toro did come back quite quickly at the end. We're going to see the slow-mo replay. You can see here Charlie Porkin points the nose to the sky going over the line. Meanwhile, El Toro doing a bicycle across the line, managing to save it. Doesn't cause any damage, but that is an unfortunate loss for him. He was not ready. It's going to be Charlie Porkin and Monster Mutt to take on Bryce Kenny in Mohawk Warrior in round 2. I'm looking forward to that matchup later on. It's going to be an exciting one. We now have our full lineup for that round 2. As I just said, Charlie Porkin against Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt against Mohawk Warrior. Then Jester takes on Zombie. Black Ops against Shaker in an all-military outing. But first up is going to be Bad Company. John Gordon now in round 2, there to face Gravedigger, and it is Adam Anderson. Was a semi-finalist last round, is going to want to get at least to that point, if not further. Lost to the eventual champion, so this should be a cleaner run, unless Bad Company can play spoiler. Gravedigger's in the far lane, with lane choice. Bad Company in the near. Let's go green. Gravedigger ahead on the ramp, coming down. This is a clinic, but he rolls it. And I don't know what happened at the end there. Both trucks look a bit out of whack. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay to see what happened here. Gravedigger skying it, goes over sideways, will get the win. John Gordon managing to rear up and rolling over Adam Anderson, causing damage potentially to his truck for the next round. He's not going to be happy with that. I tell you what, his crew chief won't be happy with that either. Bad Company on the edge of the very track there, but doesn't get the win. It is going to be Gravedigger full sending it to the very end. They go through to the semi-finals. Adam Anderson will be pleased, I'm sure, but they are going to need to go and thrash on that truck to get it ready. Up next, however, we have the all-military outing. It is going to be Shaker, Flying Ryan Disharoon going up against Tony Oaks in Soldier Fortune Black Ops. Now, last week, Ryan Disharoon was the rollover king, full sending every run he did to try and get that win. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. He's going to need to pull out the stops, however, I think, to face off against Tony Oaks, who looked fast earlier. Here they come down the line. It is Flying Ryan ahead, and a nice clean run as Tony Oaks wheelies across the line. But those front wheels up in the air mean that Ryan Disharoon gets the advantage and goes through. This run very reminiscent to Jester versus Zombie we saw last week, with those front tyres coming down just at the right time to go ahead, but didn't quite work out there for Soldier Fortune Black Ops, who now goes out of the competition. Shaker will progress there to face Gravedigger. Looking forward to that matchup. But I just alluded to this race. Up next, it is the rematch. Zombie Barry Masawa is going to take on Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. We saw this matchup last week, and I just mentioned at the very last minute those wheels come down. Those tyres go across the line first, Zombie taking the win. They are in the lane choice lane that I said about earlier on. It is the far lane. We just saw Ryan Disharoon running fast there. Jester in the near. They are out of the line, and it's Jester ahead, but a weird rollover there. What on earth happened? Across the line. I have no idea how Jester is now facing the other way. Well, look at that, coming into picture sideways. It's not gone well there for Matt Pagliarulo. A full wheelie all the way across the track there from Zombie is going to take the win. Jester now facing the wrong way, out of the competition. Zombie is going to move through, and so far we're 3 for 3 on not only those first round buys, but also that lane choice at the far lane. These first round buys getting to see the track, see the layup, and see that that far lane is the faster of the two. Monster Mutt is now up against Mohawk Warrior. The one-time event champion, Bryce Kenny, is here to hold on to his flag. Will he do it in that far lane? As you can see, Monster Mutt in the near. That lane choice has paid off so far. Will it continue in this final round 2 matchup? Quick out of the gates is both of these two, but Bryce Kenny very fast across, but might have made a grand mistake at the end there. Looked like the back of the truck smacked into the dirt. There you can see it wasn't on any wheels there as Monster Mutt comes racing in. That is too tight to call. We're going to have to look at the super slow-mo replay here. Let's take a look who gets across first. It's going to be the front tyres of Mohawk Warrior by half a tyre length. I cannot stress how close that was. That's a real shame for Charlie Porkin, who saw his opportunity. He took it, but it wasn't quite good enough. On his roof, Mohawk Warrior will move on, counting his lucky stars. So our 4 first round buys have all made it through to the semi-finals once again. In a moment, you're going to see Gravedigger take on Shaker and Zombie take on Mohawk Warrior in a rematch from last week's final. I'm looking forward to that. More action coming your way after the break. Be sure to stay tuned. You won't want to miss the semi-finals and the final of round 2 here on Stadium Series Red. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to Backyard Jam, the spring season round 2. You join us on Stadium Series Red. Before the break, we saw Mohawk Warrior clutching at straws but taking the win over Monster Mutt, moving through to the semi-finals. There to join Zombie, Shaker and Gravedigger, and we're going to see that matchup between Gravedigger and Shaker. First of all, Gravedigger up first, came out of the gates fast last time but rolled the truck. Shaker is looking the better of the two actually going into this round and does have the faster time because of that rollover, does have lane choice, has gone for that far lane. Gravedigger is going to have to pull out all of the stops if they want to go through. Adam Anderson has his hands full. Shaker has some wheel spin at the start. It's Gravedigger with the advantage, but rolling it right onto its back again. Shaker rolls onto its roof. What on earth happened at the line there? Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay. You can see absolutely smacking down the bodywork of Gravedigger. Practically comes to a stop as Shaker gets across the line, full send to the very end, as we love seeing Flying Ryan Disharoon do. He is through to the finals today. Gravedigger Adam Anderson is out and kicking himself. They managed to get the truck all repaired, ready for this round of racing, but to no avail. Shaker will now have to be the one fixing up their truck. They go through to the finals. They're to face the winner of the next matchup, and it's a big one. A rematch from last week. Zombie takes on Great Clips Mohawk Warrior for the second time this season. It's an exciting race. Barry Musawa last week did a full wheel stand at the very end of the race, having rolled the truck fully over. Mohawk Warrior there took the win because of it, but Barry is not happy. Wants that revenge. Here you can see that moment. Both ended up turning over, and Barry thinks that if he can get into Bryce's head, that Great Clips Mohawk Warrior truck will be over once again. We'll see if he succeeds in that strategy. Neck and neck out of the gates, neck and neck down the ramp. This is a really close race. I'm not sure who won it. That is going to be a close one to call. Absolutely booking it down the track. Oh my days, that is close. There's practically nothing in it. We're going to have to look at that super slow-mo replay. No such joy on the head games there. Both trucks absolutely booking it. Feet down to the floor. Here we go for the super slow-mo replay. That is so tight. I can't even tell looking back at it. Who has got it? It's gone to Zombie by inches. That is incredible. Those two trucks looked neck and neck all the way. What a race. The best of the season so far. Our final is set then between Shaker and Zombie. We're going to have a new champion tonight. That is exciting. Zombie's second week here in the finals of Series Red. Excellent driving throughout from Barry Musawa. Ryan Disharoon in Shaker has also had some impressive runs over the last 2 episodes. I can't wait to get this race started. So without further ado, let's do just that. It's time to go green in the final. Practically neck and neck out of the gate. Zombie takes the lead down the ramp and is going to take the win overall. Barry Musawa came second last week and will come first this week. You can see here contact on the line as well. A little love tap there from Ryan Disharoon. Knows that he's not won it, but Zombie is going to take the win. That was a great race. Fantastic stuff from both of these drivers all night. In fact, for both weeks as well. We've thoroughly enjoyed watching them both race. Shaker looks to be a force to be reckoned with this season, but the real force to be reckoned with is Zombie. Second place overall in the last event. First place in this one. Barry Musawa in Zombie is your overall event champion. And there it is, arms raised in the air in celebration. Zombie, your overall event champion for event 2 of the spring season here on Stadium Series Red. Let's check in on the points then at the end of this event. Zombie is going to take the lead on 23. Mohawk Warrior with 22 moves down a step. Shaker on 21 in third and Gravedigger in fourth on 20. 2 trucks on 16 points there, Bad Company and Jester. Then 12 points apiece for Bakugan, Dragonoid, Max D, Monster Mutt and Soldier Fortune Black Ops at the bottom of the table. Whiplash and El Toro on 8. We've thoroughly enjoyed these 2 events. Next time we're going to be joining Stadium Series Blue for the next 2 rounds of racing in the spring season. We hope you join us for them then. If you enjoyed this video, do like it, do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we shall see you again next time for more racing. Until then, goodbye.